Hey guys, Zix here. Time for another episode of Minesaga. It's frozen. Whoa, that was strange. Anyway, time for another episode of Minesaga Skyblock. I'm not gonna cut that out because I don't want to cut that out. All right. As we discussed yesterday, and as you can see from the title, what do you do on the first day? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What you do is going to change based upon a few things. One, do you have alts? If you do, you're going to build a cactus farm. If you do not, it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to make a cactus farm. But one thing you're certainly going to do is farm mob coins if you have a frog. If you do not have a frog and you listened to my episode yesterday, you will already have enough mob coins. You will not need to do this. Unless, of course, they change everything and there is no mob coins and you don't have to do it at all anyway. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But either way, those of you that have frogs, and assuming they don't nerf the frog or change the frog completely, you're going to want to use your full 100% hunger the very first thing you do because you want these guys. And you're going to want to install them the second you get them. So as you're frogging and you get an iron golem, go like this. Go like this. Do, do, do. It sounded like that. Go ahead and put those in a farm right away. Don't do your whole hunger and get your 64 or whatever and then do them. Put them into a farm right away because you're going to get these T2s right away. And you know, just hook them up to a chest or something if you don't have a void. It's okay if they're not connected to a void yet. Just hook them up to like a double chest with another hopper and a double chest or something. And then just collect the iron. I mean, you could do the most basic of basic farms. You could just drop them in lava without an overflow system and just collect the iron because time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. You're going to do that right away. Now, those of you who do not have frog, obviously this is going to change a little bit. And again, this whole episode could change based upon some of the changes they make, but you're going to want to go here. Whoop. Wow. It's like nobody is doing this thing anymore. How funny, how different. Well, it's not going to look like this next round. Somebody's here. Or was here. It's not going to look like this next round. There's going to be a lot of people in here. So when you start over, assuming that this mine is here, you're going to want to go ahead and start working on this and start building up sponge and hay. People are going to be buying this stuff probably on day 2 or day 3. You may want to hang on to it until... Why are there mushrooms here? You may want to hang on to it until the first top is being picked because I imagine the prices are probably going to go up a pretty good amount, but I'm going to let you guys make that decision yourselves. If I go here, I'm going to be putting them down as island levels. I'm not going to be selling them. And my money is probably going to be more closely spent on boosting my income. So it's unlikely that I will be buying sponge and hay, but there are other people that will. So you're going to want to mine this stuff right away, and you're going to want to sell it. The next thing that you're gonna do, first of all, don't forget to do delivery. Of course, I never do it because now it's worthless, but it's not gonna be worthless next round. Where is it? It's over here. And this spawn's gonna be different. They do a different spawn every season. You're gonna want to come over here and you're gonna want to buy a ticket. It does not take long to make the money that you need to buy a ticket. Now, if you get started and you have 0 money and you don't have a frog and you don't have alts, you're going to get started with a very basic cobble generator just to get you going. And of course, don't forget to vote. The vote keys are useful on day 1. Don't forget to check your ad, assuming... I'll see now the ad's disabled, maybe? Or is it because I have chat commands hidden? It might be because I have chat hidden. I'm only showing commands. But either way, you're going to want to do the ad, assuming that your country supports that. If you can, you want to be online as much as possible the first day. because a lot of people are going to be voting. Therefore, there's going to be a lot of drop parties, a lot of drop party keys, and you really want to get yourself a treasure golem boss so you can get a void chest, so you can automate your income. You really want to get yourself a couple of at least tier 1 hoppers, especially if you don't have a frog. And you know, anything else that you can get. A multi-block pick would be nice as well. But if you don't have a multi-block kit, you can do kits. And you can do kits starter. And a starter will give you a pickaxe that you can use in your cobble gen. And once you have a cobble gen, it's very easy to get diamonds in it, so you can get more diamond picks. And of course, the diamond pick you're going to take to here to do this. While it might be slow, you're still going to get stuff. See, did not take long. And of course, you're going to be competing with people that have multi-picks. But I mean, just doing this for a few seconds, you see you start to make money. And of course, you could sell all this stuff, the gold. I have the gold filtered, so it's not going to my inventory. But a lot of these things, you can make money just spending a little bit of time in here. And you know, maybe you don't need a cobble gen, but when you're competing, or not when you're competing, but when there's a lot of people here, there's a good chance that this mine's going to get picked clean pretty quick. So your best bet's to make a cobble gen. Of course, if you have an alt, make your alt on a cactus farm. And the cactus farm can be in the same chunk as your iron golem farm, if that floats your boat. So, oh, I didn't realize I was that far down. So, you know, by all means, do that. I don't want this stuff. I don't want this. Oh. Can I just get... Ooh, nice job. Don't throw away free levels. This is 320 levels, and this is 960 levels. Bam! Is top 1 secured? No, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Anyhow, I don't know if I need to show you how to make it. I mean, I guess I can. We can make a quick cobble gen real quick. Very easy. You get started with, you get a bucket of lava, and you get a bucket of, well, I think they give you an ice block, actually. I think they start you with an ice block, but whatever. Strange. So with your basic cobble gen, you need, is there a hopper in this chunk or something? You need a place for the water to travel. Place a block where your cobble's gonna be, and then put it here, and then put this here, and you have a cobble gen. Ta-da! Piece of cake. Now you've seen 1,000 videos of me doing stuff like this. And of course, now the cobble gem will produce faster. Doesn't look much faster, but it is faster. So I mean, you might want to consider. Yeah, see, that's faster. You might want to consider doing this for your very first cobble gen. Just don't stand too close, or you're gonna break. See that? You're gonna break that block back there, and then you're gonna make a big old mess. Just stand back a little bit. And if you have not managed to get yourself a tiered hopper, which really it's not hard to get a T1 or a T2, especially if you have frog. Of course, if you have frog, you're probably not going to need to make a cobble generator, but still, by all means. Then one tier 1 hopper will handle this cobble gen. And if you put a stapler on your mouse and then you come back later, you'll go ahead and you'll make a little bit of money this way. And I guess if you're AFKing and you have an alt and you got nothing better to do, this isn't a terrible way to make a few extra pennies. But this is really mainly for people that don't have anything, don't have an alt, don't have a frog, don't have any of that stuff. This is a good way to make some money. Of course, you will make more money in the warp mine, assuming again that there is a warp mine. I don't know if they're removing that or not. I don't see why they would. I think that was a pretty successful addition that they made. So who knows? Of course, you'll get better, at least as of now, you'll get diamond blocks and emerald blocks in this thing with your island level of 25,000. You don't get those, I think, under... I mean, I might be wrong. It's been so long since I've focused on these under 25,000 levels that I actually don't... I'm not 100% certain of that. Maybe someone in the comments can help me out. And of course, you can also you can add another source block here, and you can add another source block here, and whoa, and you could still stand back. I mean, I guess I could just go ahead and show you how to do that, right? Why not? Why not? Boop. And then, of course, if you're going to put one here, you want to use a half slab so that you can still see. Boop. And then you can't see it, but we're now mining. That's now a 4-source lava cobble gen. And so now, those of you that do not have alts and all that stuff, this is a good way to make some day one money. Just stand here, and, but you're going to need a tiered hopper. It doesn't have to be hooked up to a void, but you're better off if it is hooked up to a void, obviously. So use your drop party keys the second you get them. Maybe you get lucky, maybe you get a boss out of them, and then you can get yourself a void. Otherwise, just hopper them into like a chest of some sort and sell it later. Either with a sell wand or throw it in your inventory and do sell all. Of course, if you don't have a tiered hopper, you can't do this. It won't work. It needs to pop directly into a thing, or the lava will just kill it. I mean, yeah, that's those are the tricks and the trades and the traps and the troops and the treeps that we at least that we're going to be doing on day one. We're going to be pretty much sticking to the same general thesis that we did starting this round. We were hitting that frog hard, and we were putting all of our spawners on one of our guys that has a chimp and a penguin. I mean, a lot of you guys aren't going to have a chimp and a penguin, so do what you can. But the second you get any spawner, you want to make a farm for it. Even Enderman. Enderman, you just drop onto a hopper or a bunch of hoppers. Or if you have a T1, then you can just put a T1 in the trunk, just drop them. If you get a villager, obviously you know how to kill those. Creepers, same thing. Zombie pigmen are the only one I would say maybe don't bother making a farm for, because of the drops, the swords, and the skeletons, and because of the bows. That could be a bit of a nightmare to clean up, but it might be worth it because point farming, is this new? I haven't seen this. Not bad. Yeah, I haven't seen this house. Anything going on inside? Nope. Well, there's an upstairs. That's kind of nice. I like that. It's like there's a runner. Oh, I thought that was just... yeah, not a whole lot going on inside. It's a lot of wood, man. I don't like the wood heavy builds. I don't know why. They feel too vanilla. I don't know, maybe. It still looks nice. Nice little build. I don't know who built this. Not bad. Anyhow. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. And that's gonna do it for this one. Yeah. Tomorrow is Saturday. I think I'm gonna do another... I think I'm gonna finish my build tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so very much for watching. And as always, take it easy.